coming to Tamil Nadu after 32 years of your formation, I have great pleasure in welcoming you to here. I have a few points to make, and as you know, and as the Secretary of Tourism, Government of Tamil Nadu told you, Government of India told you, there are about 8.03 million inbound foreign tourist arrivals into India. And as you know, this is the state which has almost 24% of that. And it's been number one for the last 2 years in succession. And in many ways, our leader, our revolutionary leader here, our Chief Minister, Amma, took these 4 ideas into her Vision 2023. You know, this is the only state which followed up its vision statement with 5 institutional mechanisms and translated them into projects. For instance, 217 projects have been conceived, out of which 8 of them are in the tourism infrastructure sector, and 15 lakhs of crores investment over the past 5 years and the future 5 years, the next 5 years, is what have been planned. And about 88 of them are under implementation.
மாண்புமிகு தமிழ்நாடு முதலமைச்சர் இதய தெய்வம் புரட்சி தலைவி அம்மா அவர்களுடைய நல்லாசியோடு தமிழ்நாடு சுற்றுலாத்துறை, சுற்றுலா வளர்ச்சி கழகம் மற்றும் இந்திய பயண ஏற்பாட்டாளர்கள் குழுமம் இணைந்து நடத்தும் 32வது ஆண்டு துவக்க விழா நிகழ்ச்சி. இந்த அற்புதமான நிகழ்ச்சியை ஏற்பாடு செய்து இத்துணை காலம் அயோட்டா குழுமம் நாட்டின் பல்வேறு பகுதிகளிலும் இந்திய திருநாட்டின் பல்வேறு மாநிலங்களிலும் இந்த நிகழ்ச்சி, இந்த ஆண்டு விழா நடத்தி இருந்தாலும் 31 ஆண்டிற்கு பிறகு 32வது ஆண்டாக இந்த அற்புதமான நிகழ்ச்சி குறிப்பாக தமிழகத்தில், அதிலும் குறிப்பாக I welcome you all to the state of Tamil Nadu for the 32nd annual convention of the Indian Association of Tour Operators 2016. It gives me immense pleasure to participate in the 32nd annual convention of Indian Association of Tour Operators. I extend a hearty welcome to all the delegates from around the world present here. Tamil Nadu is an enchanting and ancient land in peninsular India with an impressive coastline along the Bay of Bengal and Indian Ocean stretching to 1,076 kilometers. Tamil Nadu has multi-dimensional tourist attractions, namely temples and temples.
The Iato manual that we'd like now the Honourable Ministers to please release, along with the President of Iato and photo opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. The 2016 version of the Iato manual. domestic tour operator in the Northeast for 2 consecutive years, and has also won the Best Freelance Tour Operator in the Travel Awards in 2014 and 2015. An exemplary leader, Mr. Suresh Keniwal, who is both humble and empathetic, has been chosen.
And colleagues from the ministry. I would like to thank the Iato President and the Executive Committee for this honor. It is a matter of great pride
Sir, for attending the 32nd convention. Mr. Kohli, to please present to Mr. Panda, the Honourable Minister from the Commission.
Thank you.
And to the Secretary Tourism, Mr. Zunshin. If I could request Mr. Nehra to please honour Mr. T.K. Ramachandran. And to Mr. Harsahanina. And to Mr.
Tourism Governor of Tamil Nadu, Honorable Minister for School Education, Sports and Youth Welfare, Tamil Nadu, Honorable Minister for Tourism, Government of Odisha, Mr. Vinod Joshi, Secretary Tourism, Mr. Ramasundaran, Principal Secretary Tourism, our friend Mr. Meena, Commissioner of Tourism, Mr. Nakalaran, colleagues with the dais, President of the associations, delegates, members of the press and media, ladies and gentlemen. I have been given the pleasant great duty to raise the vote of thanks on the occasion of the 32nd Iato Convention in Chennai. At the outset, on behalf of the Indian Association of Tour Operators, I would like to thank the Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu for her blessings and extended her wholehearted support for the 32nd Iato Annual Convention. We wish Honorable Madam could have been here today to bless us with her presence. All the honorable dignitaries of the dais, on behalf of the Executive Committee and members of the Iato, I would like to express our sincere gratitude for sparing your valuable time and blessing us with your gracious presence and being with us. I would like to thank the Honorable Minister of School Education, Sports and Youth Welfare for gracious presence and blessing us. Thank you very much, sir.
A lot of events during the day, so your schedule of the program for the
advertising for travel schemes.
Those
Buddhist circuit areas to make it very attractive from a tourism point of view, pilgrimage point of view for tourists from Southeast Asia, Sri Lanka et al. These are the 5 important areas which we call as the diamond circuit for Buddhism. Ashokan Rock Edit at Dholi. This is
Senior Economic Advisor to the Ministry of Civil Aviation at the rank of Additional Secretary, and we are fortunate to have her because she has been in various ministries, has been in the Planning Commission and was also responsible for initiating a lot of tourism policies, and right now she's looking after a lot of advisory role and an active role as far as development of tourism is concerned. And when I was with the Minister of Civil Aviation, because we were inviting him, but his meeting had come up with the Chief Minister, so he could not make it. So he nominated her, and so I want, ladies and gentlemen, to give her a big hand.
Civil aviation and tourism go hand in hand. Without civil aviation, there is no tourism, and we exist for the sake of it. That is one. You asked about secret of success and turnout. I think it's supporters like you, friends like you, who make all the difference, who encourage us, motivate us, and make us work. Yes, there have been some changes in Air India, but I will not exactly call it a turnaround because there is a tremendous, because of past legacy issues, we still have a major gap.
The new civil aviation policy came into being very recently in June, and as you would have noticed and what we have heard and got accolades for it, that it is also very tourism friendly. There are a couple of things in the policy that actually encourage, regional connectivity. You had heard, maybe you would have read about the regional connectivity scheme that the ministry has come out with within the overall policy framework.
Thank you, Mr. Goel. At the outset, let me thank Iato for inviting me to be part of this panel. Thank you. I also take the opportunity to thank all the members of Iato for making SpiceJet today what it is. Just 1.5 years back, the airline was about to shut down. It had actually shut down for 12 hours. And thank you, each and every one in this room, to have, bestowed your faith in the airline that today not only SpiceJet is back with 300 flights a day, we also have had 6 consecutive profitable quarters, which is unprecedented in our history. And we've also had a 92% load factor for 15th month in a row, which is unprecedented in Indian civil aviation history of 60 years.
And to mention, yes, we have a policy, but it has to be tourism friendly, and Air India should take the lead. We should have
A very different scenario, and in the morning you all heard Nakul, who is the chairman of FATE, and between Nakul and I, we were supposed to brief all of you about what are the activities that FATE has been conducting. But before I do that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to share with you that I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned with a very simple statistic that I want to share with all of you, because you are the people who are bringing inbound tourism into the country. If you look at these numbers on your screen, Thailand, which gets around 26 million tourists, they are tourists to population.
When we were in Kashmir, we were analyzing the dynamics of this unfortunate developments that have taken place. Though our leisure segment was badly affected, but one particular segment or the niche product was not affected much. It is directly linked to the adventure, and I thought it pertinent that we should talk about adventure, about trekking potential of Jammu and Kashmir. This potential perhaps has not been highlighted much and requires to be put across to various forums so that we can catch.
We are currently operating from Vijayawada, right from the Chief Minister, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, down to the entire administration. And we have a lot of destinations which we are now uncovering and then putting them up in the market along with the infrastructure. We have pulled out a lot of these destinations recently, and then we will be interacting with Iato and various tour operators on that front. And the main purpose why I am here is to invite Iato for the annual conference which will be happening next. Sri Chandrababu Naidu, our Chief Minister, he conveyed his personal message and invitation to Iato, and Andhra Pradesh government would be willing to extend all its support to host the subsequent annual conference.
Officials from host state of Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu Tourism Board, officials from Andhra Pradesh and other tourism boards and states, members from travel trade fraternity, travel trade representatives from Rajasthan who have come all the way from Rajasthan to attend this first Iato convention in Tamil Nadu. We are thankful to Iato to offer us to be part of this annual convention here. And as told by Vinny ma'am, it is going to be a very short presentation on Rajasthan. Most of you, all of you almost must have visited Rajasthan and have seen its products which the state has to offer. Still, I would like to go through the slides and show you some of the initiatives of the state government, some of the products that we have to offer. As our new logo suggests, Chennai kya dekha? You haven't seen it all. So Rajasthan being the largest state of the country.
Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. I really feel honored to be present here and be a moderator to an event which is dear to my heart, that is the interest of our member, Iato member. Please accept greetings and best wishes on behalf of this panel. Going beyond the shores, yes, we are the association for inbound operators. But over the years, many of our members have ventured into the outbound travel segment as well. This is a part of our industry growing much faster than inbound. So can we blame them? No. To discuss some of the opportunities, here is a panel.
Outbound has been formed was for the premier reason that today travel has changed and will continue to change rapidly. So when you look at these growing sands, like everybody here is largely an inbound stroke domestic and has their fingerprints in outbound. My career too in the industry started out with inbound more than 20 years ago. But this whole thing about going...
have come to me and they say that anything happens anywhere. Tomorrow, let us say there is a war between India and Pakistan. Immediately inbound tourism is going to get affected. Or tomorrow, let us say there is an advisory because some epidemic is there in Delhi or any other gateway city. So what do you people do? Either you sit and wait for that period to be over, or there is a saying, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And I believe that there is no one more tougher than a tour operator.
I think Mr. Goyal has motivated enough that inbound tour operators also to venture out into outbound. And outbound no doubt is growing. One of the fastest, Indian outbound is growing fastest in the whole world. And by 2020, we expect more than 50 million people traveling abroad. Now, there is a tough competition in this line too, and more so in the...
First of all, we all must have heard we are talking about technology, lastminute.com. So first of all, thanks a lot for last minute invite. It's like a bit attack to me, heart attack. Being a Kafi president, the moment I hear, oh, Iato is going to give us a...
A few from Subhash on this. You know, when our Prime Minister went abroad, he wanted tourists to come to India. But he was pleasantly surprised that wherever and whichever country he went to, they were all very, very happy and was extremely impressed with Indians coming to their country. So, you know, I think in this day and age, Iato can be the direct link to the PMO and the government, that whenever our political delegations go abroad for bilateral peace, I mean, don't forget, tourism can be a very, very great soft weapon in the Prime Minister's hand when dealing with bilateral and multilateral
of this time, so don't worry, I'll follow it. On this topic, I asked Sarkar Sahab that what exactly do you have in mind, what are the questions? And since he knows I follow the vision mission framework,